In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the tailgate handle on this Ford F-150. Let's get started. Because this truck has this feature for the handle to climb up on the tailgate, we have to start by removing this. This is a T40 Torx headed bolt. Remove this. Pull this out. It's a pin style, so it goes right through and holds this lever on, or the handle. And at this point, you should be able to maneuver this out of here. There we go. Take this out and set it aside. And now to remove this piece, you have 13 T30 Torx headed bolts. They look like this. They go all the way around. So just work your way around and take them all out. And now you should just be able to lift this right up and off and set it aside. Now you can use a pick or a little screwdriver, whatever you have. We just have to pop these pink retainers off, unfold it like this, open it up, and the rod should come right out. Do the same to the other one. Try not to break these. A lot of times they get brittle over time, but if they break, they can't hold on to the rod, and that's what operates the latch for the tailgate, and you don't want to have a stuck tailgate. That would not be fun. And then you can use a 10mm socket to unbolt the two nuts that hold the tailgate handle in place. As you can see, that already slides down, but it's not going to come out all the way because it actually has to, you have to move this out of the way a little bit, and then the tailgate handle has to swoop down like that, kind of almost in the same direction as if you were opening the tailgate, but you're not actually opening it. You're taking the whole handle out. There we go. Sometimes it requires some wiggling, but basically when it's mounted like this, you have to swoop it down like that. The lock actuator here, the lever, might get caught, so just move it around as needed. It does have a little bit of wiggle to it, and then you should be able to slide it right out. But we're not done yet because we have to remove the lock cylinder and install it into the new handle. And to do that, all you have to do is pry this clip out, and then take the lock cylinder out, and there's your tailgate handle. If you had your new handle, you would take the lock. This clip should already be installed, and you press it down until it clicks. The clip should lock in. The lock cylinder should not be able to come out without you removing this clip. Otherwise, what happens if it's not locked in is you go to put the key in to lock or unlock the tailgate, and the lock pushes right through, and you're stuck with a locked tailgate if it's locked already. Now let's get ready to install the tailgate handle, and you would put it in the same way that it came out, so swoop it up and in. And the tricky part here is just finding the right place that it wants to sit in. Oh, just like that, perfect. Sometimes it takes a few tries to get it to slide into place, but as soon as it's in, you should see these two studs poking through on which we can put, and once these studs are through, put this mechanism back on, and then the two mounting nuts. Once you put these on, you should be able to let go without the handle falling down. There we go. Now we can tighten these up. Now let's get these two rods back in. You can see right here, it's a little bit cleaner on the threads where they were clipped on before. Make sure it's adjusted, or make sure it's seated right where it was adjusted prior. Otherwise, your latches are going to be out of adjustment, and the tailgate handle will not properly operate the latches. You want to make sure there's no slack in them when you have them clipped in. If it moves in and out freely, they're too far out. You need to pull them back in and make sure they're nice and snug. Otherwise, as you pull on this, as you can see, it doesn't twist a lot, so a little bit of adjustment will actually do a lot when it comes to unlocking the tailgate. Now take this cover, put it right back on here, line it up, and then we'll take our 13 T30 bolts and just go all around, put them all back in. I'm going to start them all by hand first. They're all the same, so you don't have to worry about which ones came from which bolt hole. And the reason you want to start them all in by hand is because this moves around. You want to make sure it's lined up. Otherwise, if you tighten one or two or more, you won't be able to move it around to line up the ones that don't line up. So just make sure they're all in before you tighten them down. And now, snug them all up. Now, put this back in place here. Go. Put the pin/bolt through, thread it on partially to make sure that it's actually secured or threading in properly, and then tighten it up and make sure it still operates perfectly as it should. And there you have it.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ, the only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.